Today we're going to cover an interesting triple cut. I think they will be useful for many situations and cases. In essence, it looks like this. We have a card selection, let's say the Queen of Spades. We have mixed it up in the pack as we have done in showcasing in the previous video. And then just by doing the triple cut, which looks like so, we could be able to get that card or selection to the top, or in the case that we decide to want to control to the bottom, we can do that as well. Let's say we first mixed it up, as showcased in the previous video, showcasing the swing cut. We can be able to do a triple cut and be able to control that card to the bottom in this case. So without further ado, let's get into the triple cut, the basic triple cut. So in essence, let's say we want to use the Queen of Spades for this example. And I know I've been hinting at past videos I've been wanting to do this. So in this case, we got the Queen of Spades. I'm going to leave it face up for demonstration purposes. Now, in the situation, usually we have a card that's been selected and it's used to control it to top or bottom. So in this case, I'm going to leave it face up only for demonstration purposes. Queen of Spades is right here, gets taken up, usually goes face down, but we'll leave it face up. And we get a break over it. Let's say we just put the cards, we're squaring everything up, and got a break right here separating the packets. So wherever the Queen of Spades goes, if we want to go to the top, we get a finger break above. If not, if we want to go to the bottom, then we would show it and then get a finger break below. Regardless, we would want to show it twice because it helps retention memory in case someone forgets it, which in my case happens more often than you would imagine. So we, in this case, will do control to the top. So we get a finger break above, and how we decide to do it, we square it up. And again, we would want to cover that there's a break that will happen from the pinky. Either we can minimize the amount the pinky has pressure. There's also alternative methods. As I mentioned in a previous video, you can put your forefinger right here, covering the break separation, which is lovely. Or you can also, in addition, or just separately, you can just use your thumb to put pressure on the deck, eliminating most of the break, so you don't have to worry about that. But you wouldn't want to keep it here in the audience view. You would just be relaxed. No one would think any wiser of it. Again, we also wouldn't want to be sideways right here and show the flash the break. We just relax, give a tempo, talk to them for a second, and then we initiate the triple cut. So in the triple cut, going to the top of the deck, it would look like this. We would lift up half of the upper packet right here, so you can see the break for this card selection is right there. We lift up using our middle finger and thumb. Forefinger and other fingers can coalesce. I tend to just do it with, tend to do it with all the fingers. Forefinger tends to be just hanging out right here. Other fingers are here. So we lift up on half the packet, the upper packet, set it to the table. We then go again and lift up at the break right here, and then take the cards and set them. Let me actually keep it in a sharp view right there. We actually set it on the table right there. I want to keep that sharp focus on here rather than myself for the context. And then we take the remaining packet and set it on top. And that would be how you control the Queen of Spades to the top. So again, and assuming we have the previous knowledge in the previous video on how to do swing cuts. Swing cut, break above, for above, to control to the top. We put the card on top, or we square it up with a spread. However, the context is that we decide to do it, or we decide to do an illusionist, after credit illusionist for this, where they made the idea popular, the dribble square, the dribble replacement. After the card's been replaced, we can do a dribble, as I covered in a previous video as well. I should link these as well. And a dribble, and it looks messy, but by dribbling from the back, this is just a bonus idea. You can dribble from the back so you get that jog, and then you dribble forward using the card dribble. And then we can get this and then lifting up and get that break. Regardless of how we choose to get the pinky break, we then, and again, I give credit to illusionists, they're amazing. Get their Ninja DVDs 1 and 2, they're cool, not sponsored. We then lift up with the middle finger and thumb, other fingers coalescing. It's mainly, you're gonna hear me say it ad infinitum. Much of Magic is just controlled by just middle finger and thumb, which is kind of cool. We lift up at the upper half of the upper packet, set there. Again, half of the upper packet, set there, and then the remaining, all the remaining pack with the selection, set it on top, and control the card to the top. Now, if we're doing it in real time, here's what it will look like. The card would be lost. I talk to spectators for a second. I'm using my forefinger to cover subtly, and I would say, and we'll give it a cut. Followed by possibly a quick shuffle, whatever you do, riffle, shuffle, or whichever, a basic one, which we'll cover in later videos, different ways to shuffle cards, thus retaining that card on top. And that is how you would control to the top. So again, one last time, we show it, got a break right there, with thumb if you really want to, chat casually, then half the upper packet, remaining upper packet, everything else on top. Now let's say we want to control this card to the bottom of the deck. So let's say we spread the cards, card spread. We show the card, we always show it twice. Get a break below the card if you want control to the bottom. Square everything on up. Actually, I think I'll just turn it over to make it easier so when you see the end result it makes more sense. So show it, retain it, put everything on top. Now this is going to be, the mechanics are going to be slightly different. Instead of just doing half like we did before, it wouldn't make sense. So what we do is we take all of the upper packet containing the card. We set it right there, right on the table. And again, we wouldn't want to do this. That would make it obvious that their selection is controlled to the bottom. So we just go forward with it and set it right there. Then we take half the lower remaining packet, set it there. Remaining packet, set it there. So it seems just very casual. And we've controlled the card to the bottom. Again, we will get the card, Queen of Spades, show it, pull back, and we can pull back using our thumb. If in case anyone's wondering, you can push off using your thumb. Just thumb touches corner, pushes off, and that allows you to show the card. And if you're wondering how to pull it back, just be relaxing. In a relaxed manner, the thumb stays on the card, just pulls it back, for anyone wondering. So we get a break right here, set everything on top, or however you decide to do it. Dribble, maybe you had a card spread, you spread it, square everything, however you do it. We then use our middle finger thumb, lift up all the upper packet, set it right on the table, half the remaining packet, drop it on there, half the remaining packet, drop it on there, and then usually followed by shuffle, or you can even ask the spectator, should we shuffle the cards? And they can say yes or no, and that could add to it because you're giving them a free choice. And again, we've controlled the card to the bottom. So that is my thoughts on the triple card cut, which is a very, very basic way to control a card to top or bottom, and has many, even multiple cards, the same way, just do it and you control multiple cards. But it's a very, very useful cut in many purposes. I've seen, when I was watching the John Armstrong DVDs, volumes 1 through 3, not sponsored, I noticed he had often used it in his effects just to get by. It's a great basic cut, and I recommend it. That's why I made the video for it. It's an awesome, awesome cut. And I hope you use it in your own Magic, and I hope this video was helpful for you. So with all that said, see you in the next video.